doing two things here. First of all, we're going to solve a pair of equations. One is going to be linear and the other one non-linear. And then after that, I'm going to quickly show you how to create a list of points. So let's start with the first activity, which is solving the equations. Let's key in two equations. First of all, let's key in a linear equation, 3x plus 2y equals to 7, enter. And I'm going to key in another equation, which is going to be quadratic, non-linear, y equals to x squared. Again, the symbol is on the above the number 6 on your keyboard, x squared plus 3. So here I have the two equations. I'm going to reposition things a little bit, and as you can see, the curve and the straight line intersects as 2 points, meaning there are two sets of solutions for this equation. But before that, I'm going to add the grid. I did that by left clicking in the graphics panel and choosing grid. As you can see, there are two sets of solutions. Now we go back to the input bar and start typing intersect, but before I finish typing, the first option says intersect. I'm going to press enter. The first object in this case is going to be A. The second object is going to be C. And then I'm going to click enter. And you can say that GeoGebra actually produced 2 points, A and B. And the answers of coordinate A is 0.28 and 3.08 for x and y respectively, and for coordinate B it's minus 1.78 for the x value and 6.17 for the y value. Now if you were to do this calculation by hand, you will get the same answer. So sometimes you need to know how to solve equations which are not linear, both of them at least, and you will get, as you can see from the graph here, you see why there are two sets of solutions. If you have only two linear lines, then they will only produce one set of solution. So this is how we solve equations whereby one of them is not linear. Now you can try this example, or you can key in some examples from your textbook and find the solutions using GeoGebra. Now I'm going to clear these equations here. Just left click and delete. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to input a list of data, x, y coordinates. Now for me to do this, I'm going to go to view and click or select spreadsheet. Okay, go to view, click spreadsheet, and you will see something like this pops up. Looks like an Excel sheet, and I'm going to copy and paste some data that I have here, temperature and chirps. These are actual data collected for the insect crickets, the corresponding temperatures in Fahrenheit. I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and then the corresponding chirps for a period of 15 seconds. I'm going to copy that and paste it. Now, as you can see here, this basically represents the x and the y values. A represents all the x values, B represents all the y values on this xy plane. Now I'm going to convert this into a list so they show as points on the two-dimensional plane of the Cartesian coordinate. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to select all this data here, make sure every one of them are selected, right click, go to create, and pick the second option which says list of points. click it, and you will see all the points from A to O are created on the graphics view. Now you may be asking, I don't see anything. Now let's look at the values. It starts from 70 onwards. So we need to do some manipulation here. Okay, I'm going to go back to the algebra view. So this is how I can change all the options. Okay, I have the graphics view back again, and then I'm going to rescale things a little bit here. Let's push this in so until we get to 80, and then you will see the points. Okay, it should be somewhere here. Let's bring this down because the y values. Okay, so here you can see all the points are plotted. Okay, so this is how we put xy coordinates on the Cartesian plane in GeoGebra. Okay, so please go through this tutorial again, this lesson one more time. There's only a few steps. This data will be provided for you as well so that you can try this out. So we need to know how to create a list of points before we can do the next process, which is the line of best fit, which some of you probably would have heard before, or the process is also simply known as regression. So we will do that in our last lesson, but give this a shot and see how things goes. And I'll see you again in lesson number 4.